Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lori, and you can find me at lorioflemuria.com. LORIEOFLEMURIA.com. In this video today, I wanted to talk about something I was shown inside Telos by the Lemurians, and it was pretty powerful. And it was for one of the recordings. I'm doing a set of 6 very unique, very powerful recordings that I'm going to put out on my website that you can purchase. And they're all very unique and they're extremely powerful right now. And they're all journeys inside Telos. And this one specifically was about experiencing the multidimensional aspect of yourself. And I never know how these journeys are going to unfold. It's very intuitive. I never have a way of how I'm going to go in. I never have a way of how it's going to unfold for me, what I want to see, what I want to feel. I just allow the Lemurians to guide me through the journey. All I have in my mind is what I want the listener to experience, which is the multidimensional aspect of themselves. And so what they showed me today and what I was able to see was pretty spectacular. And so I wanted to do a video on it because it really fine-tunes what's happening as we're ascending, what the ascension is about and what we're going through. So they brought us into the city. And this journey is I think it's number 6. And I think I titled it, I'll have to come back. I'll send the link down below to this specific recording so you can just tap the link and go right into it. If it's not here, if it's not in the comments down below, it's not up yet. So just give it a couple days and it will be up on my website. Anyways, so they take us into Telos and they bring us into this beautiful field, these 2 Lemurians. And there are 2 star beings that are going to work with us. So the star beings are very active in Telos, and I'm sure they're very active in a lot of people's lives right now. We're all waking up to this galactic part of ourselves, this lineage and heritage that is within us and within our DNA. And so they are becoming very active in Telos, and they are working with us on a regular basis, reminding us, showing us other ways of viewing what we're going through, showing us aspects of ourselves, showing us our gifts. And what they showed us today was pretty darn powerful. So they had you, whoever it is that's listening to this recording, sit in this chair, and this chair was like a lifeguard chair, so it was kind of tall. And when you go into Telos, you're in your 5th dimensional light body. So you are not in a 3rd dimensional body. You're in a physical body, but it's a lot of light. So it's much higher frequency. And there is a lot of light within the physical container, as well as kind of moving outside of that physical container. So it's not as dense as the physical 3rd dimensional body. So you can see the light. So this individual is sitting in this lifeguard chair, I call it, and they're allowing themselves to feel this light coming in. So these star beings are softening their energy and bringing in their light, bringing in their higher selves and their I am presence. And so they're beginning to feel and sit in this alignment, in this connection, in this presence. And when you're in the 5th dimensional light body and you're really feeling your light come in, you're really feeling the higher self come in and that I am present, it's a very calm, peaceful, flowing feeling. It's very present moment, and you feel deeply connected to who you are. There's no duality. You understand emotion. You understand how everything flows. The energy moves through you like water. Emotion moves through you like water. And they brought this individual, meaning whoever's listening to the recording, into their heart space. So the heart center, which is right around here. And they allowed them to feel this expansion, this opening, and the light coming through, opening up. And then what they invited them to do is they invited them to look over to the right and see another chair and to visualize their 3rd dimensional self sitting there. And to see it, to see the density of it, to see the heaviness of it, to see the disconnection of this third dimensional being with their higher self and I am presence. And so these star beings were bringing this individual into this fifth dimensional light body that they were sitting in, and then asking them to look over to the right at the third dimensional being that is them, that is who they are. It's an aspect of them that they live in on a daily basis, right? But they are also this fifth dimensional light being. So you are both. You are a third dimensional physical dense body. Most of the time, disconnected, most of us. Knowing there's a higher self and I am present, opening up to that, allowing it to slowly start to come in. But for the most part, we are not even close to being connected the way we are going to be. And when you move into this fifth dimensional light being, you are completely aligned and connected. You know all of who you are. You can feel the light within you. Everything has shifted. They ask this individual to think about what they eat, how they interact with people, what kind of job they're doing, what's their purpose work. So you can tap into all of that. You understand that when you are in this space of a fifth dimensional light body, you're already knowing that you're going to be eating different, that you're going to be feeling different emotions. Like the way you experience emotions is different. The way you interact with people is different. The way you experience the world is different. They ask this individual to look out and start to see all of the different animals and beings and all of it, and notice how there is this oneness, right? So when there are people on the planet right now that are shifting into fifth dimensional beings, right? And there are people that have already shifted and are currently pretty close to being in this space, right? And their whole life has shifted. Their eating habits have shifted. Their exercising has shifted. Their sleeping has shifted. What they're doing has shifted. Who they surround themselves has shifted. Where they live has shifted. And then you see your third dimensional body sitting there to the right, which is very dense, very heavy. There's a lot of fear around them, very disconnected. Emotions are stuck. So they were asking people to notice, are there emotions, are there energies, blocks of energy inside the physical body? Look and see. And when you're in these higher frequencies, okay, like telos, higher dimensions, you can see light, okay? Because you're vibrating at a higher frequency. So when you bring yourself into a higher frequency, higher dimension, like telos, your body's vibrating at that speed. Your body is vibrating at that light. So you can see the light of who you are. If your light is at a fifth dimensional frequency, then you can see fifth dimensional frequency light. So then you can start to see the energy that is within a third dimensional being. And you can see the blocks, right? You can just start to see it. And so they started showing people the difference between a fifth dimensional light body and a third dimensional body. And that these are both aspects of who you are simultaneously. So as you are sitting here listening to this video, you are a fifth dimensional light being right now. And you are a third dimensional dense, physical, heavy being. You are both, and you are integrating both of these aspects together. And it's not conscious. You are not consciously sitting on your couch saying, okay, I'd like to bring some of my fifth dimensional light body on over into my third dimensional space now. Thank you. Okay, I'd like to bring a little bit more. I'd like to bring a little bit more. It's not a conscious choice. Ascension has never been a conscious choice. You can be consciously aware of ascension. You can be consciously sort of active, participating in it, trying to make it a little bit easier. And the only way you can do that is by bringing awareness, just by bringing awareness to it, right? So with the awareness of these two aspects of yourself, you got the third dimensional density, the fifth dimensional light body, starting to merge and disconnect, merge and disconnect, merge. And what's happening in Ascension is they're coming together and going like this. Then they're coming together and staying a little bit longer and then going like this. And then coming back together, staying a little bit longer. And the longer these two aspects of you merge, the longer they stay together, the more they stay merged. Meaning, the more this third dimensional light body, third dimensional physical body, is holding more of this fifth dimensional light body, right? So it's merging more. So when it comes together, there's more of an integration. So when it separates, there's less separateness, if that makes sense. Like if my hands could change frequencies, you would see that as they separated, this became lighter, this becomes lighter because they're merging. And as they merge, the merging of them, the ascension, the shifting into the fifth dimensional light body, still holding a third dimensional physical body, is becoming more real. And these two aspects that are separate are becoming less intense, right? So they're merging. You're not getting rid of your third dimensional physical body. They made that very clear. You are merging the light of who you are, the connection to your higher self and I am presence, all of that light, the experience of what that light feels like, the experience of that heart openness, heart consciousness, that heart-centered space that a fifth dimensional light being feels, the oneness that a fifth dimensional light being feels, the connectedness, the understanding that emotions just move through you, the awareness of your galactic star families, the awareness that your cells are crystalline, that your DNA as a fifth dimensional light body, your DNA has already shifted. It already is. It doesn't even shift. It is a 12-strand crystalline DNA. And so when people are talking about how your DNA is shifting and how the cells within you are shifting, it's actually not shifting. It's you integrating the fifth dimensional light body that you already are, and you're integrating it into this third dimensional physical body. And as it integrates, it's beginning to merge the carbon-based DNA with the 12-strand crystalline DNA. And it's forming into what a fifth dimensional light body is, which is a 12-strand crystalline DNA. But you already are it. It's already here. You already are it. And so what happens to a lot of us, why we think we're going cuckoo and crazy, especially this past year has been extremely intense. Very, very transformational. And these last 2 months, I hope you all have been holding on tight because it has been very, very tumultuous these last 2 months. What's happening is, imagine this light body that's a 12-strand DNA that's crystalline, that's completely connected to higher self and I am presence, that understands oneness, that has an open heart and an awareness to this love. So when you open this heart center, it is a light frequency that is pure love, which is pure source, which is not a feeling. It's not love like I love you and you love me. It's a consciousness. It's a light. It is the purest form of light, which is love. Imagine all of that merging and starting to be experienced and felt by a very dense, very dualistic, heavy human. That's hard. And that's what's so magical and amazing about the ascension. My whole body is starting to kind of just get goosebumps because that's the magic of an ascension process. And that's why we are all here. That is the why of why did I come down here, right? So many of us wanted to experience this unbelievable, magical experience of one consciousness, very dense consciousness, shifting into another consciousness. Light merging into other light. Dimensions merging into dimensions. And a third dimensional body, by the way, holding it all. Okay? So when you actually shift into a fifth dimensional physical body, it will be much lighter. It will be much less dense. And that's going to happen. But it's the same thing as you won't see a fifth dimensional light body until we are vibrating at a very high frequency. And so the first level of sort of awareness to our fifth dimensionality is the light within us. And we start to feel it and we start to experience it more and we start to live in that space. And then our bodies will start to shift with it, right? So the energy comes in and shifts first. And then the physical body begins to shift second. And eventually we'll be able to experience and see the Lemurians on the planet, different star beings on the planet. But we have to get our frequency high enough. But the first aspect and part of ascension is being in this third dimensional physical body, embodied, grounded, feeling our feet on the ground, and merging this really powerful, intense aspect of ourselves, completely aligned and connected. By the way, this fifth dimensional light body, this version of ourselves, is how we lived on Lemuria. It's how we lived on Atlantis and any other civilization that you lived on in a higher frequency, in a higher dimension. And so imagine, see these two aspects and just feel into what is happening and the magic of it and the intensity of it. And the no wonder we're going out of our minds, okay? It makes perfect sense when you see it in this visual. It makes perfect sense. I mean, we live in a dualistic, as a third dimensional being, we live in a very dualistic society, which means that we see black and white. We feel pain just as much as we feel love. We feel anger just as much as we feel happiness. And they're distinct. Okay, we hold on to pain, we let love go, right? Love flows, we hold pain. We hold anger, we hold resentment. We don't want to experience those. That's duality. But we love feeling joy. We love feeling happiness. We love feeling that ecstasy feeling. We love feeling abundant. We don't love feeling lack, right? And when you experience those feelings, you don't let them flow through you. So things get stuck in that body. So our poor third dimensional bodies are really trying to repair themselves as we bring this fifth dimensional light body in, as we merge, as we integrate. Fifth dimensional light body doesn't understand, doesn't even conceptualize duality. Everything a fifth dimensional light body feels comes in, moves through, and is gone. It's like water. When you pour water in, there are not certain particles of water that stay to you, right? Stick to you. Every single particle of water moves through. And it's the same with emotions in a fifth dimensional light body. You still feel emotions, but it just moves right through you. And so that's why so much is coming up for us. That's why so much is happening. We are doing, no wonder thousands of star systems are watching us and supporting us. No wonder so many thousands of different galactic beings are participating right now on the planet. No wonder you're waking up to your star families. You know, the DNA that you're merging into your physical body is waking you up, is reminding you this aspect of you holds the DNA of your galactic star family. And so, of course, as you are merging, this aspect of you, this part of your DNA is like, oh, I remember. Thank you. Yep. Okay, more please. More please. And then there's these moments and these falls where you're just like in this density and you just kind of want to shut it all off and say, forget about it. You know, this sucks. This is too hard. What am I doing? This is too much. Even the light workers that have been going and going and going and going for years are finding themselves in places right now that are like, when is this going to stop? This is a lot. This is enough. Of course it is. It's powerful. It's this merging. And the closer we get to this time frame of these pieces of us coming together, of the ascension kind of really collapsing into itself and presenting this huge new aspect of who we are and our consciousness and the planet, the faster it's becoming, the faster it's happening. And the reason it doesn't happen too fast is because we would literally go psychotic. We would lose our minds. People that are waking up too fast are losing their minds, literally. They're becoming psychotic or schizophrenic or having breaks, right? Because it's too much too fast. It's too much too fast. You can't do it that fast. Allow yourself to move through this integration in the process and time frame that you're doing it, that your physical body is allowing it to happen. Okay, so because there's a lot going on. There's a lot happening. And having these two visuals, I think, are very, very useful. So again, I hope that you're able to see really what's happening on a very visual level, right? And this recording that I have is so powerful, and I hope that you go to my website and order it and download it. Again, it'll be ready in a couple days, and I think it's number 6. I think I titled it. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot. Another aspect of you, another version of you, something about you. So sorry. The link will be down below. But get it. Listen to it. All of them are super powerful. All of them are phenomenal right now for us. They're all very unique, these 6 recordings I've done. But this last one, the 6th one, really helps you kind of bring it all together and understand. And I'm telling you, it's so important to be able to see this with your own eyes. And what you do when you're in this journey is that you feel. So that when you feel what it feels like to be in that 5th dimensional light body, and then you feel what it feels like to be in that 3rd dimensional space, okay? And the reason that's so important is because as you are moving through the ascension, how many times have you said to yourself, I don't know if I'm in the 5th dimension, I don't know if I'm in the 3rd dimension, I don't know what dimension I'm in, I don't know what's going on, I'm totally confused, nothing's happening to me, right? We all say that. When you take this journey, you feel a 5th dimensional light body, you experience it. You understand with looking out through that body what it feels like, what you're going to want to eat, what your exercise regimen is going to be like, how you're going to interact with people. Like all of that is felt. And then you feel very deeply that 3rd dimensional component of you, that 3rd dimensional body, that physical, dense, heavy body. What does the emotions feel like? What are you eating? What does your exercise look like? How are you interacting with people? Very distinct, very different experiences, both happening at the same time, and you are integrating both. You are moving back and forth between both. That is why you think you're going crazy. Because one day you will feel like never eating meat again, and the next day you find yourself chowing down on a hamburger. How is that possible? You're deeply connected to the fact that you don't want to do that anymore, and all you want to do 3 days from now is eat a cheeseburger. Okay? That's the dimensional shifts. That's the frequencies. One day, you are totally moving up and down through your emotions. You're just letting them flow, anger, fear, love, whatever you're feeling, right? And the next day, you are stuck in a depression, or you are stuck in anger. You are holding anger so tight, there's no way you're just going to let it flow out of you like water. In fact, that idea alone makes you upset. Okay, that's 3rd dimension. So when you're able to experience the 2 distinct aspects of you, the 2 distinct dimensional aspects of you, the more you're going to be able to understand what's going on in this ascension. Please listen to it. I promise you, it will give you clarity. It will bring laughter to this whole process of ascension. And you'll be able to see the magic of it, the intensity of it, the show. Everyone talks about this powerful show the earth is going through. When you see these 2 aspects and what's happening, it's like, oh my God, it is a show. Absolutely. No wonder I'm down here. No wonder we're down here going through this. It's a dang miracle. And I just said dang. I don't think I ever say dang. Is dang even a word? I don't even think it's a word. Anyways, I am sending you all so much love towards the end of this 2017 powerful transformational year. You made it. You're almost done. Hang on. I think 2018 is going to be very expansive and much different frequency for so many of us. So I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to this video. Subscribe down below. You'll get an email that will tell you when I have my next video out. And follow me on Instagram, Lori of Lemuria. If you want to do a journey into Telos, reach out to me. I'll take you in. I'm also doing group journeys right now, which are super fun and powerful. And listen to those recordings that I'm going to be putting out. I love you all so much. We're walking this path together, and have a great rest of your morning, day, or evening. Bye.